Hey, what's up guys? J-Wink is here with another J-Wink review, and this time we are reviewing Wonder Woman. Now, Wonder Woman is the fourth entry into the DCEU, and is it good? Yeah, I think it was pretty good. I really did like it, but it was really familiar to a couple of movies from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that was Captain America, the First Avenger, and Thor. And I really did like Captain America, the First Avenger. I thought Thor was alright, so it really kind of melded these two together. And it took, I think, the best parts of each film and put them together. Excuse me. But it was really like Thor in some parts and really like Captain America in other areas. I'd say it was more like Thor in the beginning, like when it starts on... Sorry, spoilers. Well, I guess this isn't really a spoiler. Like how it starts on Asgard and everything, and like how they start in Themyscira, and then they go to Earth, and you know she has to adapt and everything. And then when it gets to the battlefield stuff, that was really Captain America reminiscent, and that's when it became Captain America. But yeah, I really did like both of those things because I liked both of those movies, so it really did meld it was like the best of both things there, so I really did like that. I think this is definitely the best film of the DCEU in general. I know I said I like Suicide Squad a lot. I think it was just because I've watched it recently again, and I don't like it as much, so I might do another review of that because I have to review Man of Steel, and I want to review some other films this summer. But yeah, so I did like Wonder Woman. I really did like Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. She did an awesome job, and I was really worried, you know, because after what happened on Batman vs Superman, she was all right there. So I was like, is she going to be able to carry her own film? And I think she did, and Patty Jenkins did an amazing job with this. And it was really good. I really did enjoy this movie. Chris Pine and her, I think Steve Trevor, they really did have a good chemistry together. I think they really did play off each other very well, and I really kind of did buy into their relationship because they felt like it was just a normal human interaction and how you kind of start to get feelings, you know. And of course she would kind of get feelings because this is the first man she's really ever met, and you know it's kind of obvious for him, like, yeah, she's, you know, bonk, you know, she's doesn't know anything about, you know, she's just hot. But so yeah, it was all right. I think it was pretty good. But there is one big thing I really did not like, and that was the ending. There's a moment. And I've seen other reviewers, and really when I saw the movie, I really understood what they meant by this. There is a moment at the end of the movie when Wonder Woman does something, and she thinks that it's all over. And Steve Trevor's like, no, look, it's not over. You know, you can't just do this and then expect this to happen. And I really did find that as a powerful moment. That was very good. But then it completely, you know, went back on itself and was like, nah, forget that. We're going to do something. We're going to go over the top. We're going to go like Iron Man did at the end. And I think that's the problem with a lot of these superhero movies, is they think that they need to have a big bad, like this big bad that is, you know, they can't just have a normal, you know, just like some terrorists or like from the army general or whatever, or just anybody. They can't just have that as the villain. They need to have a big, like, over the top supernatural villain. And I think that's a really big problem with a lot of superhero movies now, is they are just trying to, you know, go over the top with their villains and stuff like that. And yes, Marvel is like that sometimes too, especially in the first Iron Man, because I think it suffered also from that because it didn't need a big over the top villain. It could have perfectly ended the way it was. Steve Trevor could have still did what he did at the end because maybe like it was about to blow off or something like that happened. But I think and it was very reminiscent of Steve Trevor, you know, dying, you know, of Steve Rogers. Sorry, spoilers, shit. Steve Rogers, when he went into the ice, it was kind of the same thing. So spoilers, sorry. But maybe it would have been better if you know, they would have stayed together, because she is immortal. So I'm pretty sure, like, if they would have just stayed together and then he would have died, I think that would have really hurt her a lot too. But there were a lot of awesome moments. I really did like her going on the battlefield. That was an awesome moment, and her just completely wrecking shit. It was cool. It wasn't like over the top like how it was in Batman vs Superman or Man of Steel. I'd say Suicide Squad was alright. You know, it was better for collateral damage, but and I really did like her song in this one. Like especially at the moment when it played, like when the time it plays, that is really the best time for the song. Like when it appeared in Batman vs Superman, I'm looking down here because this is where the poster is. But when it played in Batman vs Superman, I was like, okay, it's alright. I didn't like the song at all. But then when it started playing in this movie, it was like, yeah, you know, I do like this song. It's got a good beat, and it worked better with this movie because of the action sequence that it was in. And I really did think that it fit better in this one, and I wish it wouldn't. I wish it would have came out in this movie instead of the last one. But yeah, it was definitely a really cool movie. I did like Themyscira. There were a few questions that I really did have to ask myself, like, how did certain things happen? You know, why? If I'll reference it, why did this certain character come in at this certain time? Like, shouldn't other characters have? How has that not happened before? You know, I kind of liked Themyscira. It was alright. It wasn't my favorite thing. It was cool to kind of learn a little bit about it. I kind of did have to miss some parts because we had to go out and help some people. But yeah, I did like a lot of things. The villain that they were trying to set up, like as the villain, he was cool. I thought he was pretty interesting. Dr. Poison I thought was cool too. She was interesting. Maybe like for a future sequel, maybe I'd like to see somebody else like Cheetah or something, like somebody who isn't like a godlike character, you know. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty good movie. Would I watch it again? Yes. Would I think it's the best DCEU entry? Yes. Is it better than some of the Marvel movies? Yeah, I think so. It's really an awesome origin story. Well, yeah, an origin story really showing how she became who she was. And I think this is just a really big step in an awesome direction because now we have our first successful female superhero woman. I'm sorry, I messed that up. First successful female super-led movie, and I think that's really cool because that's really showing, you know, definite strides in like movie in the movie unit, like, and just movies in general now because they're really taking a big step in letting a female take it because that would not have happened a long time ago. Like at the beginning of this century, that would not have happened, and especially now because next year it's starting out in February with a black-led superhero movie. That is hopefully going to be successful too. But yeah, this is really showing strides in how our world is starting to change now, and it doesn't just have to be a white male, you know, leading the charge. It could be anybody, and I think that's really awesome. And this is definitely the first step in a larger thing yet to come. There is no post-credit scene, so you don't have to wait till the end of the movie. I didn't like kind of how it started and how it ended. It was cool. It was just kind of meh, you know. I understood what, you know, it was kind of do, you know. It made her call back. It was like I said, it was really like the Captain America: The First Avenger. But definitely I'm gonna give this movie 4.25 out of 5 winks. There was a lot of awesome things about this movie. Good effects, good action. Like I said, some characters I didn't like as much, and especially that ending. It really just I didn't like it as much. But it also does suffer from some of the same problems that Captain America and Thor also did in their first outing. But you know, both of them have better sequels. Maybe kind of, well, Captain America did for sure, but Thor, well, for sure, hopefully Ragnarok is better than the first one. Yeah, it has the looks to be. But yeah, guys, that's about it. And I'm Jay Wink, and I'm winking out. I'll see you guys later.